Welcome back to Blast Guys Reviews. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the new G.I. Joe Classified Cobra Trooper. Most importantly, we're going to be taking a look at a comparison and how he fares up against all the previous offerings, from the troopers to the officers, even to the female Valkyries, and see how they look together. So join me in this video, and let's take a look at the cardage for all you carded collectors. Alright, so here is the card. Looks pretty decent. Nice looking artwork overall. Pretty cool. Got the Cobra the enemy at the top there. You can see the weapons that you get. And the trooper. Nice artwork. Pretty cool. And here are the back of it. The G.I. Joe. The crappy file cards that need to be redone, which I believe is in the process of happening. The cross sell. I have Stalker. I've not got my Cobra Commander yet. I'm not sure if he's out. Did see some people having it. Just not sure if they got it from Hasbro or if they got it from overseas for early reviews. Here is UPC, if that helped you at all. So first up, we do get this sniper rifle. It looks pretty decent. I like the sculpting on it. It's very nice. The silencer is not removable, or the scope, but we do have a removable clip. It does some other coloring here. We have this green here underneath the stock, basically the front of the gun, and then we have the stock here in the back. Pretty cool looking gun. Very nice. The plastics more durable than I expected. A little flexibility here because of the thinness in the back, but other than that, pretty cool. Do have a drilled barrel, so you can add a blast effect from another trooper apparently. It does come with this awful option here, which is need to be resculpted. These are too small for male figures. I say trooper, but generally a male figure is just too small. These are initially made, I think, for the Valkyries. They're just reusing these like crazy. Now they're too small. They look like a pistol more than they do, and even a submachine gun. They get a little small for that, which I'll show you about. I'll show you something a little later what these gun, but it's kind of just too small for my opinion. But it does have a drill barrel and removable clip, if that matters to you at all. Pretty nice. I mean, the plastic's okay. Again, a little flexible in the barrel here, but other than that, it's pretty durable. Comes with a knife, painted blade. It's the handle. Pretty decent sculpt. I like it. Nothing wrong with it. It's kind of thick though, for the blade purposes. Man, that's pretty brutal if you stick something with that. Really thick blade. It comes with a pretty nice looking pistol. It has this extended mag. Decent. Drill barrel. It does come with a square silencer. Never thought these made much sense in my opinion, but okay. Which is a drill barrel in the front of that, and you can just have the option to put that in. It kind of has a little wiggling there. It's actually bigger than the pistol a little bit. I think this is from Stalker. Mistaken. I don't know, it just looks odd to me. You can put it however you like. I think it goes like that, but not too bad, I guess. And you do get a stand, which I think all figures should come with stands regardless. It just should be a kind of a blanket thing in my opinion. The Cobra logo, insignia, two peg, for your two pegs for the feet, basically. So one of the important things about this figure is the color of the blue that they use. The product images kind of show you one way to another, and it also depends on the lighting. If you have, very bright lights, it seems more like a lighter blue. But if it's like a more dimmer or darker, he's not as dark. I was quite surprised how I liked him. The overall blues that they used for these figures versus the other ones, I think they fit pretty decently. I mean, they're not spot on, but I kind of think I like this blue better. Gives you more of a retro feel, which is obviously the reason this is in the retro line. In the packaging, it comes with this helmet off. There's nothing to see much. It's just over the top. It does stay on quite well. For the head sculpt, he has a black mask around his nose and mouth. See the pads here on the side, not too bad. He is a Caucasian male figure. just have this web gear harness, whatever you want to call it. It's mostly black with some gray paint, a couple gray connectors here. We have some type of smoke grenade, incendiary grenade. It's just painted gray. It can be whatever you want. I think really the missed opportunity is here we have this really bad sculpted knife and sleeve, just sculpted. There's nothing there. Can't remove it. I think that'd be a nice opportunity to put a knife there for an extra accessory. Gray connector over the belt. A little bit of gray here on the back, on the shoulders, and it kind of just like, you know, you got to really tug down on it to get it in the spot there. He does have this pad on his arm, which I'm not a big fan of these upward type of bands. I think they should have just had this part up here instead of at the bottom. It's just weird to me. It's kind of reverse in my opinion. I'm not a big fan of them on any of the troopers or even the Steel Brigade troopers they use them on. We have this really black, it's like, you know, very hard substance, like a metal arm piece here. It doesn't look like it's cloth. It's like some kind of material, like a harder metal if they're going for it, but obviously it's black. They have the pads on the hands, have the insignia sculpted right on pretty decently. Both hands are the same. Then you have the thigh pads. Now, for this trooper, my particular version is this for the silencer is very, very tight. The pistol fits pretty decently. Overall, not too bad. It goes like right in. See that, how easy that was. But for me to stick this in here is a lot of effort to get that in there. And I'm worried about breaking out the peg by putting too much force in there. And then also on this leg, we have the knife sleeve, which is, because of how thick this knife is, it's a super tight fit. And all that's going to happen is, it doesn't even seat all the way down. You see the blade a little bit, which is unfortunate. And then it's so tight. And I can see in different environments where you live at, that paint is just getting stuck on the inside of that sleeve and start wearing off. You're going to have a pretty worn knife, and it's going to look terrible, but not particularly fond of this. You see, you can probably hear it creaking. I'm trying to shove it in, but that's it. Overall, the blues are nice. The texture of the pants are really cool at the pockets and the sculpting. The black boots. And we have these guards here on the shins, like his forearms up there. Have a metal shin guard if you kick it, like armor almost. Black boots, peg holes on his feet. I do like the overall presentation of the figure. It's just it has its issues. It's not perfect, but you know what figure is perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause this video and try to get that piece down there without breaking it. All right, so I got that seated in there kind of decently, but you know, these do move around quite a bit. They're not a snug fit, and depending where you put it, I like to keep it around the thigh cut of the articulation. That's kind of where I'd like it, but it kind of wants to move up a lot. I mean, this is kind of thicker down here, so it's forcing it up. But overall, I do like it. I went down a rabbit hole in these and we got about 12. I didn't get a whole lot of the original offerings. I got about maybe 8 or so of those, a couple ones from the Cobra Island. But you know, I wanted a blue trooper army for my Cobras. But so this is why I went with the 12 thing, and maybe hopefully I can find some more or order some more if I want to add some more troopers to my army. But that's it, and he's pretty cool overall. The hat fits decently. So he's on a ball peg. The articulation basically is the same as any trooper, so I don't even think we need to worry about that, because if you have any G.I. Joe classified troopers, this is pretty much, you know, that one. I think it might be the officer. We'll find out when we start looking at the comparisons. Here's a sniper rifle. I'll go ahead and put it in his hand. He doesn't hold it bad. Let's take a look at it. Alright, so straight up, you can get the stock against the back of his arm. Looks pretty decent. It's straight. He can hold it. Hit the finger in the trigger guard. I think where Hasbro screwed up on this was they had the in and out like this on the hand, Instead, he needed the up and down so you can get that up into his face. I mean, you can get, you can do trick photography to make him look like he's doing it, but there's no way to bring that hand down like this to get that a nice looking down the scope look. So that's unfortunate. They use both hands. You have none of the in and out on these guys, so that's unfortunate. So that's what that kind of looks like overall. Now we have this thing. This irritates me. So this is, this is really cool to have these because these are off the, the cartoon. And, but you can just see how small this thing is. It's kind of ridiculous. In the cartoon, they actually held these with two hands. If you guys are a fan of the cartoon. So to give you an idea what I'm talking about here, look, I mean, this is his pistol. It's pretty much the same length of the body of the gun except for that stock. It's like a pistol with a long barrel on it. It's even, in my opinion, too small for to classify it as like a submachine gun or even an Uzi, whatever they're going for here. These actually would probably look pretty decent on a 118 scale figure versus a 112 scale figure, but obviously too small. Alright, so straight up comparison time. So here we have the other trooper, I believe. One's called infantry, one is called trooper. If I mismatch, don't kill me for it, but here he is. You can see that obviously this one is a darker blue. After you see the newer one, it gives you more like, feeling, because I kind of favor, the original stuff. So, but it's not too bad. It's not the same helmet as this guy. It might be. Just not painted on the side. Same arms, basically. He doesn't have the thigh pad with the pistol and the knife, because I believe there's one the stalker. He doesn't have any, but the same legs, I believe, of this trooper. And the knee pads are same, best I can tell through the camera here. Yeah, so that's the comparison of the trooper, and then you have the darker complexion for the overall figure's skin tone. And over here we have the Cobra Island infantry trooper, I guess. He does come with the same kind of pad here, but his is red and his is gray and black, but have the different ranking, I guess, for the Cobra Army there. The blues are kind of a little better, a little closer than the one we just looked at. I don't think they're the same shade. I don't know, maybe it's the light. It could be the light, but it's also a little brighter than that one for some reason. It's a little dingier, but overall there's basically your three different troopers. And then obviously we have that officer, which we're taking a look at right now. And here we have the overall officer. He's definitely a lighter color trooper in tones, and the silver insignia on his chest versus the red on the trooper. So you got to use these guys to lead your squads. So if you have, more than one of these, you got an officer. Kind of stands out with a different shade of blue. Okay, so here is what the overall Cobra female troopers, which is also known as the Valkyries. You can see that she's actually darker than that particular trooper. She kind of favors the other ones, but I mean, it's definitely noticeable. But I'm sure it doesn't really. It doesn't, it's not a deal breaker for me. I would like the unison, but I'm going to have multiple squads. I mean, how many figures can you play with anyway? So if you have a couple officers and you have a couple of squads, so you use the previous ones as a unit, and then if you get like, some of these, like a dozen of those, and you have an officer, you have 2 different platoons, squads, wherever you want to call them, it's your collection. And it kind of, makes sense then at least. Or maybe you could use, these troopers as Serpentor's troopers and those as Cobra commanders, or vice versa, if you want to have an all battle with, between the Cobra leaders, like in a comic book, if you guys know about that. And here we have the other Valkyrie that came in that 2-pack set. So basically it's the same color. It just gives you an idea what the different helmet on what it will look like next to the new Retro Trooper. So overall, not a bad figure. I do like the attempt to give him more weapons on his person, like for his pistol, his silencer, and knife. It's just rehashed stuff from Stalker, and it kind of just this outdated knife sculpt, in my opinion, should be a better one. You do kind of get this. I think it should have came with an AK-47, and you can scrap this little pea shooter here. I mean, that's just poop. So, and you could give us AK-47 and this sniper rifle, because this isn't bad. I just don't see my mass army using rifles like this. I want to see some machine guns. I understand I can get third party or other companies' weapons if I want to, but I really think I should get an assault rifle with a trooper. But I do like it. I'm not disappointed in my purchase. I have my pet peeves with this web gear that he's wearing. The knife's too thick. How tight that is. Maybe it'll loosen up over time. I got my work cut out for me. I got to open up 11 more of these things. And those cards are not the easiest to get open with this folded card stock. So, well, guys, I hope you guys like this look, the comparison and everything. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know how many you're buying. Do you have a plan? You're picking up 1 or 2 or 20, 30, I don't know. Seeing a lot of guys out there having a 50 troopers. That's a lot and a lot of money. And good luck tracking all this down. Best way to do that is obviously to pre-order through companies like Big Bad Toy Store, because Hasbro policy is going to limit you, X amount for obvious reasons. But if you go through like Amazon or Big Bad Toy Store, I guess where I got my 12 from was a Big Bad Toy Store. So if you're looking for more of a quantity of 5 for troop building, that's pretty much the only way I know how to get those right now, because I don't think you're ever going to walk up in a store and get 12 of these things on a shelf. Those days are dead and gone from back in the 80s, I guess. And I would love to be an adult then, because you walk down a store and the aisles are just G.I.JOE and aisles of Transformers, etc. But I digress. Don't forget to like the video, share, subscribe, and we'll see you in our next review.